Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Wednesdays with We, where we interrupt your regular to bring you another hot mess of a show.
It's Wednesdays.
I really cannot believe that we're in the middle of April. Like, how wild. This year, it just seems to be flying by. And I know that last week I was meant to obviously drop another podcast episode, but your boy was kaput, tired, exhausted. I needed rest. So I decided to just take the time to just tend to myself, tend to my life, tend to just trying to be still and not trying to do everything. But we are back this week, and let's just get into it. So this week I really want to discuss labels, identities, and categories. You know, the neat little boxes we try to squeeze ourselves into so the world can feel a little bit more comfortable, even if we don't. And I suppose the central question I want to really think about and really unpack is, who are we without labels? And not the queer, mother, creative, black, white, I don't know what else, father, I don't know, gym bunny, not those versions of ourselves. Not the box you check on a consensus form, or the version your friends joke about at brunch. Just you. Are labels helping us find ourselves or keeping us stuck? And more importantly, in a world that's getting queerer, weirder, and more algorithmically tailored by the second, are we even allowed to not know who we are? Now, labels can be comforting. They can be empowering. And finding the right one feels like someone finally turned on the lights. I remember the first time I said the word gay, or more appropriately, I'm gay. And not just whispered it, not joked about it, but really just said it with my whole chest. It felt like magic, like complete truth. But over time, the same word started to feel a little tight, a little constraining. Like a jacket I loved once but couldn't button anymore. And I see it all around me. People clinging to their labels like lifeboats, only to realize the waves of who they actually are don't fit the name tag anymore. Labels aren't just language, they're expectations, and they often come with a script, with cultures and unspoken rules. If you're the strong one, you're not allowed to fall apart. If you're the fun one, you better not cancel plans because you're sad. And if you're the gay friend, are you even allowed to change? What might have started as clarity often becomes confinement. And I get it. We want to belong. But what if belonging starts to suffocate? And speaking of confinement, have you all seen what's happening on social media lately? Well, obviously it's been happening for a while, but like, the ability for people to create entire alternative versions of themselves, curated, clean, enhanced. We're not even labeling ourselves anymore. The algorithm's doing it for us. It's no longer about who you say you are. It's who the internet decides you are. Based on your clicks, your likes, your For You page. You say he, they, but the algorithm's already decided you're a micro-influencer who loves sad girl core playlists. Let's talk about the acronym LGBTQIA+ for a minute. Beautiful, complex, and forever evolving. But what if you don't know where you fit? What if you move through more than one identity at once? What if the label that fit in 2020 feels wrong in 2025? I mean, I've met people who are terrified to come out as bisexual again after coming out as gay. Terrified to say non-binary when their friends only knew them as femme. We say we love fluidity, but gosh, we punish it. And maybe queerness is not in which box you pick, but in refusing to stay in one. Here's a wild thought. What if identity is seasonal? What if who you are right now is perfect for right now? And you don't owe consistency to anyone but yourself. You don't have to keep performing a label that no longer feels honest. And maybe the bravest thing you can do is say, actually, I'm not that anymore. Labels are really great at helping us find each other. But maybe, just maybe, freedom helps us find ourselves. So I know that maybe some of you guys who are listening, you're thinking and you're saying, cool story, Woody, but like, what if I don't have a label? What if I don't even know what I'm figuring out yet? And to that I say, welcome. You don't need a manifesto or a defined identity to belong. Most people, they're just winging it. Quietly, anxiously, and completely human. Some of us are still trying to figure out if we even like oat milk or not. Let alone our full sexual, gender, or career identities. We put so much pressure on ourselves to arrive fully formed, to know what to say when someone asks, so what are you? But the truth is, being human is forever a shape-shifting experience. And if you feel like you're somewhere in the middle, not quite this and not quite that, you're not broken, you're just becoming. Let's step away from sexuality and gender for a second because, we can get lost in there. Are you, say, an overachiever? The perfectionist? The mom friend? The creative? The one who, I don't know, always has it together? Well, those labels, they can trap us just as much. We stop performing them, living up to them, bending ourselves to match the thing we were praised for. I've had friends over the years say, I don't know, things like, I've always been the strong one. How do I ask for help without letting people down? Or, I'm known as the funny one. What if I'm not funny anymore? What if I'm just tired? Well, this is a reminder you're allowed to change. Your worth doesn't live in the label. It lives in you being. We live in a culture obsessed with certainty. Career clarity, identity clarity, 5-year plans, Google Docs of all of your dreams. But I found that some of the most interesting, magnetic people are the ones who say, I don't know. I actually don't know. And that's powerful. To not know. To not rush the knowing. To explore. To try on different versions of ourselves like outfits. Some will fit. Some won't. None are ever wasted. You are not behind because you're still exploring. You're not failing because you're still learning the shape of your soul. We want labels to give us clarity, control, a sort of anchor. But when the label becomes a performance, when it boxes us in instead of letting us bloom, maybe it's time to loosen the grip. And you don't have to do it all at once. Maybe it starts with one question. What would I choose to do if no one was watching? We're constantly being sorted, characterized, branded. I mean, even on Spotify, Wrapped wants to tell us who we are. And some of it is fun, but most of it is exhausting. There's power in saying, I don't fit the algorithm. I don't want to be an aesthetic. I don't owe you an explanation. Who I am is not for display, it's for discovery. I think I think there's something beautiful in that. So maybe the invitation isn't to reject all labels, but it's just to hold them loosely. To wear them like you wear a hoodie, not a straitjacket. To let yourself grow out of them, into them, around them. Whether you're naming yourself for the first time, renaming, or completely undecided, you're not late. You're right on time. And I think that that's going to bring this week's episode to a nice, neat close. Thank you so much for listening, for lending me your ears, your time, your energy. I really do greatly appreciate it. Until next week. I don't know what the hell we're going to be speaking about. But I'm sure it'll be entertaining. It'll be another exploration of some other idea that I've been thinking about over the last week or discussing with friends. And yeah, till next we meet. Light, love, and peace. Ciao.